Jake.
It was a weird night.
Let's go.
It was a weird night that night.
This is golden shit.
Massive beer pong tournament Monday.
You know, they can't hear you because your mic's down there.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I like
we're
to just
actually
press
recording.
record and then see where it goes.
Oh, my bad.
That's on me.
Oh, we're on.
That's on me.
Yeah, see?
God damn you. See? We have missed a whole thing about Riley Reid.
I don't think people need to know.
I
what
have
porn
never
happens.
watched
I
porn.
fucking love that one. What? We all watch porn. We're men. We got dicks.
We got dicks. We're gonna jerk them.
It's not like we do not watch. All right, to the show.
Jesus. So what are we talking about today, guys?
I thought we were
really
doing
don't
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We were
Yeah.
talking about that.
We forgot.
Well, we've been drinking.
Okay, so here's what I propose.
All right. So
I think that each one of us should think of something that we don't think is that good, and then talk
Steven
about
Spielberg.
it. Okay, so I thought yours was going to be Stranger Things season 2, but apparently we're not even going to talk about that.
Well, I mean, the reason why I brought
Also, how dare you?
he has more hits than misses, but when he misses hard. In my opinion.
Crystal Skull?
Yeah, and fucking E.T.
You just don't
and-
like Steven Spielberg, do
What?
you?
Tell me why you like E.T. Tell me why,
I've
please.
actually never seen it, but I
Fuck
think it's...
E.T.
Shut the
dude.
fuck up. How can you say...
Sorry, yeah, that's
I'm
on me.
agreeing with Jake big time on E.T.
Yeah, we talked about this
Fuck.
earlier. Fuck
Again,
E.T.
sorry guys, I really haven't seen it.
It's
I know the popular quotes. Phone home, Reese's
Everybody
Pieces.
knows.
Yeah, that's literally all it is, dude. It's like,
That's
hey,
pretty much it.
I recognize that, and then it's like,
Super 8.
This
I
is
mean, he
boring
didn't
as
direct
shit.
that, but he produced it. He was responsible.
Then you see him go over the moon and shit.
I'm just kidding. I've never actually seen Super 8. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never actually seen the whole movie. Sure. I mean, I can bring up... we can talk about Stranger
Whoa.
Things, too. Because I just finally finished it.
Okay, so you want to start with that and then go into
I mean-
things that we...
Well, yeah. I mean, we could just jump into it. I think...
Or do you just want to talk about that, Justice League? Is there any other movies?
Okay, hold up before we go on. You haven't seen Super 8? I feel like you would love that movie.
I've seen
dude.
bits and pieces.
I've actually not
You would
seen
like
Super
it.
8,
You
so,
guys
I mean,
would
we should
love that
probably-
movie. You guys would like it.
I'm not a big fan of
I
the...
don't know if I can trust you. Because
Dude.
sometimes you have some terrible taste in movies.
Fuck you, dude.
Dude, you don't have a great track record.
It's amusing as fuck, dude.
You told me I'd love Hateful Eight, and I thought it was okay.
Dude, because you didn't watch like an hour of it, which
I fell
it
asleep
wasn't
for like
much
15 minutes of it. Of a 3-hour movie, that's like falling asleep for like 5 minutes. Okay.
You missed a good sex scene in it.
Dude, I fell asleep
I'm
during
joking,
American
there's no
Hustle.
sex scene.
That movie sucks.
Fuck you, I love American Hustle.
I fell asleep, dude. I was so bored.
I feel like that movie sucks because
Oh yeah, so you've seen it?
I've run across the
I
title a
honestly
bunch of
can
times and
see.
I'm like,
I honestly can see how it's actually a pretty good movie, but it's just boring to me.
Yeah. My thing with Hateful Eight,
trust it.
I guess my big critique of it is just I didn't need 3 hours, man. You could have cut an hour
you
off.
could've cut
of
like
that.
And that's exactly how I feel about American Hustle.
Least.
All right, American Hustle was exceedingly long, dude.
It was yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
say that.
another
Like
fucking-
why? Before we
What happened to this generation?
before we jump into Stranger Things,
Let's talk about
why the fuck are movies so long?
right?
why do you feel like you have to be 3+ hours to win an Oscar?
Give me 90 minutes.
And you're already an established director. Like, oh hey, I got a bunch of these movies that are already
Yeah.
out. So I just need to keep popping off these
The
3-hour movies.
year before that movie, he had already gotten all these nominations for Silver Linings Playbook, which is a much better movie.
Yes.
Yes,
And
love that movie.
And you watch this, and it's like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't hate that movie, but I can understand why you don't like. I understand why people don't like it.
Right.
Like, I completely understand.
Again,
why
I'm
people don't
coming. Like I could see how it is a good movie, but I just personally did not like this movie.
Right.
My thing, but why does every fucking movie, it is hard to find a movie that's like,
You got to
if you go out and see a movie, it's hard to find a movie in a theater that's like 90 minutes.
He has actually a really good point on this. I mean, you see a movie that's an hour and a half long, and you
It's
just
so weird because you're like, wait, what? You can make movies this short?
what am I gonna do for the rest of my afternoon?
Like I rewatched with you. Well, obviously we all
'Cause
watched
those
that.
type of shit
But we just
grips
watched
you
Shoot
for
'Em
that.
Up, and that was like the 30th time I've seen that movie because I love that movie. And that movie is a great action movie because It just gets into it. It gets in. It gets out. It gets over. It's big. It's loud. It's dumb. And it's 86 minutes. It's an hour and 26 minutes. That is a perfect amount of time.
True. And again, because I love this phrase, it knows what it is, and that's kind of my biggest thing with that.
I mean, I just showed Tommie John Wick and John Wick 2.
Awesome.
Both John Wick 2 is 2 hours, but that's okay. 2 hours is a good top off.
But
like the first John Wick is an hour 40.
And you gave me the description of that movie. You're like, dude, this guy gets his dog. His dog gets
his dog.
killed.
He goes
gets
on a killing
pissed.
spree.
He goes on a killing spree. Bam. That's what happens. And
That's
I'm
it.
like, fucking love it. Dude.
And I blame superhero movies, man. I
Right.
blame superhero movies because now you have to like bog down everything with exposition and all this ridiculous backstories because it's comic books.
Right.
And you gotta do all this thing and to get all this story, so you had to have it like almost 3 hours. Flip side of that, if you pace it well, it won't feel like 2.5 hours.
Okay. I
Like
was
the
going to say,
Avengers
yep.
It's paced incredibly well.
Yeah.
The Avengers has done really well. But
Very
I was
well.
going to argue with the fact that, like, Marvel has done Avengers really well because they set up all this stuff. Like, they set up everything, so you didn't actually have to.
Right.
But they also did Avengers really well as the fact that you actually didn't have to watch any of these movies to actually enjoy Avengers. But
You get a lot more out of it because you
do. Yeah, absolutely you do. But, I mean, you can still appreciate that Avengers is a pretty good PG-13 comic book movie.
And that's the thing that's another thing too. It's just like what I said with a movie, like in action movies in general, it does what it needs to do. It doesn't feel like 2.5 hours because it's bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
It's like this happens. There's a little bit of downtime. Excuse me. There's a little bit of downtime when they're on the helicarrier. Like there's a little bit there that's kind of like bogs the movie down a little bit. But they have to because it's just.
But it's good dialogue.
It's set
and
piece
shit.
after
Yeah.
set piece, and like you need moments like that to kind of slow it down a tad.
Oh, yeah.
But when it hits like that last like half hour of that movie is just fucking.
Oh my god!
Nerd porn.
I had a fucking boner for that.
It was
whole thing.
amazing. It was fantastic, but that works. But when you have like Michael Bay making fucking Transformers like 3 hours long and they're terrible, so it feels like you're sitting through like 6 hours.
Dude,
of a movie.
every time I went to the movie theater for those movies, I passed out like halfway through that shit.
Because like I said, like I just said with Avengers, when it bogs down, it's still good dialogue. It still keeps you engaged. That shit is boring as hell.
Yeah, the only times I
The
woke
problem
up,
with Michael Bay is the fact that studios are giving him money so he can bring in big
China
names.
single-handedly saved the fourth movie.
Fuck yeah,
Yes,
dude.
China.
Saved Warcraft too.
What the fuck is going on with China, man? Like,
I love their movies big and loud and like fucking long.
well, okay.
apparently.
So just so you and other people listening, China only, for whatever reason, gets 10 foreign movies a year.
Whoa.
Yes. It's a political thing. It's weird. And that's why they choose them very specifically.
So that's why we hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, that's...
hate China.
We
Trump hates China.
We just have to deal with
Pretty
him.
much the rest of the country is cool with them, but
Anyway,
Trump hates a lot of things, but that's not the point. So the reason we got Warcraft into China is because China has a very big fan base in World of Warcraft.
Right.
Okay? And we get a lot of sci-fi into China. So we only get 10 a year.
Okay.
So...
There's a lot of nitpick.
this is the
that,
problem.
but
is-
also think of how many population is in China.
Well, yeah, dude. Yeah.
So
I
if
didn't
you
even
get
think
if
of
you
that.
get one American movie into
Holy
China
shit.
that they really want to see,
Yeah. I mean,
and
you
especially
could
if
be
it's
super-
something that's international, like giant robots,
Like if they got
fighting
just
something or superheroes, it's gonna make a lot of money.
like if they got Justice League.
I'm calling
They
this
would
right
hate
now. Pacific Rim Uprising is going to be saved by China. I'm calling it now.
It is. It is because I'm excited to see that movie, but nobody else outside of
not
my
gonna
friends,
be that good of a
like
movie, man.
other side
It's
you
not.
or the people that are.
I'm excited to see it, but I don't have.
It's not going to be a good movie. It's not. It doesn't look like it's going to be.
It's not going to be as good as the first
And
one,
look,
man.
They threw
The
a
first
lot
one
into the
wasn't
trailers
great.
too.
Like I'm not going to deny. Like I understand why people don't like the first one.
Yeah.
The first one knew what it was, but it was also very grounded, and that had a
It was
lot to do.
stupid. It was silly and.
But it also had a lot to do with Del Toro, and this one just seems like
Yeah.
it wanted to be a massive action movie.
And of course, they get one of the hottest stars. They get John Boyega to do it.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I seen that movie, I was just like, one of those,
Really?
flash in the pan movies. But no. But when I came into it, like when I was just like,
Okay.
yeah, put it on. We'll watch through it.
But I could also see
I got
that too.
I got a good hour a good 2 hours to kill.
Okay.
I
A
lot of
watched it
people-
and I was like, holy shit!
a lot of people
dude.
with
I was
Pacific,
like, I like this
Pacific
shit.
Rim are like that though. A lot of people are like, it's
Well,
a flash
yeah,
in the pan.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
to be fair, that's exactly what Jake and I walked into it.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, hey, you know what? It's what was it, a Tuesday or Thursday, whatever one that was.
Well, yeah, and it was kind of a thing with like I saw trailers for it and I'm like, it's the same thing with Rampage. Like, I'm gonna go see Rampage. I know Rampage is gonna be a really dumb fucking movie, but I'm gonna go see it because it looks like I'd have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Okay,
hell
so-
yeah. And it's got rock in it.
in that aspect,
Fucking robots fighting monsters.
Okay,
That's
so-
all I want.
in that aspect, do you think that Uprising is going to be a letdown, or do you think it's going to be a triple X Return to Xander
Oh,
Cage?
it's going to be exactly what I expect it to be. So I won't be let down because my expectations are so incredibly low
Okay.
that it can't fucking disappoint me. So I'm okay with
Okay,
that.
so
Shit, it's
was
shit.
was that exactly how you felt about Triple X?
Yeah, absolutely.
You honestly
That's-
thought it was
that's
going to be a
how I
letdown?
felt.
Dude, I would have thought the same fucking thing.
Have you
dude.
seen the new Triple X?
I have not, though.
Oh, damn it!
I was gonna say,
How
I've
many
seen,
spoilers
I've seen,
have to do I have to? avoid?
You can spoil the fucking
Yeah,
third
you
Triple
could-
X
you could
movie. Are
spoil
you
that
kidding
shit.
me?
Okay, so Triple X1 and Triple X2 tried so hard to be
Serious action movies.
Yeah, and I hated it.
yes, and Triple X3 realized what it was, and it was so.
over the top and
Perfect.
campy. Like
Really?
one of the first.
I kind of want to see it. though.
Listen to this,
the,
yeah.
the introduction to Vin Diesel coming back to this franchise because the first thing is like it's set up for the villain.
It's not something dumb like him pulling his hand out of quicksand or coming out of fucking the moon. It's
well, okay, just to let you understand what this movie is. At the beginning
Yeah.
of this movie is a typical Triple X kind of movie. What we've seen the other two,
Yeah.
where it's like it's a setup for the villain. It's like this little set, not a huge set piece, but this is a little action sequence, and then immediately, like right next to that, right after that, is this big action sequence with Vin Diesel, but it's him just setting up cable so they can watch a fucking soccer game. Like
while he's skiing
he's
through the
skateboarding.
fucking jungle.
No, dude, he's like skateboarding, doing parkour and all this shit just to set up a cable box for them to watch soccer. And it's brilliant because that totally sets the tone for what this movie is going to be. At that point, you're like,
kind of like,
all right, that's what I wanted from this.
Kinda
It's
just
stupid.
like-
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And understand
Yep.
that
Yep.
it's not going to win a fucking Oscar for original screenplay or
yeah,
best director.
it doesn't
knows
try
it's dumb.
hard. It's not a try
and
hard.
what's really awesome about it
Good.
is, okay, you've seen both the other triple X's.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, they bring back Ice Cube
Oh shit.
in a small cameo, an hour and a half into this movie.
Oh shit.
Well, maybe like an hour 20.
So deep into
It's
that
right.
shit.
It's very late in the movie.
yeah, well,
Like all the Triple X
He's
guys come back. Like
That-
then they make this thing where it's like kind of like it's like Mountain Dew's version of James Bond. That's what Triple X is, and you can quote me on that, motherfuckers.
yes, he's absolutely right.
And so like the gag is like all these you've never seen them on screen, but all these former Triple X's show up to help.
Yeah.
And you're waiting this whole time. You're waiting, like, when the fuck is Ice Cube gonna show up? He shows up by shooting a fucking rocket launcher, like shooting a grenade at someone, and be like, "What?" I didn't even know what he said. But the funny thing is, because throughout the movie, they'll have their name, like a graphic next to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they have
Oh,
the
yeah,
and then they
the
have
little-
like the little descriptions
Like,
about
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh
And
shit.
it said he waited 9 years for someone to call back.
And that's how long it took him to make this movie. And it was really fucking funny.
Nice.
Like,
cool.
and it looks like
So that's how I feel about Pacific Rim Uprising. Like, I cannot be disappointed because it's like what I was saying about.
but you want it to be good.
It's like I got this idea from this other podcast I listened to, We Hate Movies, where they were talking about this. They were talking about superhero movies from 2017.
I love those guys, by the way. They're so good.
He's only listened to one episode. He's in love with it. But
Two.
they talk about how, like, the way that they're describing certain superhero movies where it's not a movie. It's It's not a movie. It's just an assault on your senses for 2 hours. And Pacific Rim Uprising and the Triple X movie I just talked about, The Return of Xander Cage, they're not movies.
Right.
They're just hell, even the Fast and the Furious franchise. They're not movies.
Right.
You just check your brain at the door, you eat some popcorn, and you just
Right. You want to see something over the top.
you want to
see
see something weird and stupid.
Something that should be a movie.
And it's
You
like
know,
what Adam
just a
said at the
movie.
top with these movies is that's what makes them, that's what I enjoy them. I know they're not good, but when they just come out at the outset and go, look, we know that you know that this is shit.
Yeah.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun with this. Let's make fun of ourselves.
But
Let's
you're
not take this seriously.
Yeah, but you're
Okay,
thirsty
and that's
for
why
this.
I like I like
certain
what
thing.
the Fast and Furious movies have done since 5 on.
Dude, the most recent movie, The
I
Rock
hate those,
literally
though.
grabs a torpedo and redirects it into a fucking car.
Okay, no, you're
What?
Wait,
It's on the ground. He's leaning out of the car.
You're doing it wrong. The Rock tells somebody to grab
Oh, yeah.
the wheel.
So he's with First of all, he's with fucking Roman,
Jesus.
aka
Yeah. I know.
Tyrese.
Yeah.
He's with him, and he literally.
AKA the last time they'll be on screen ever together.
What a.
Oh,
we've talked
yeah.
about that on this podcast before, actually. But so he's sitting there and he's just like, hold the wheel, leans out of the car. By the way, they're on ice. On the car,
Yes.
there's a torpedo coming. And he literally grabs the torpedo, goes, like that, redirects the torpedo, and like slides it into another car and blows it up. I shit you not. That's exactly what happened.
And he
Tommy,
literally-
it's as cool as it sounds.
Yes, again, it's fucking stupid, but god damn.
Yeah, like who
Luke
thought
and
of
I,
that shit?
Luke and I,
And then the final thing is like, there's a heat-seeking missile, man. And Ben is like, yeah, I'm on your side now. Guys, turn your motors off. Let me do this. And he turns his fucking engine on. And
there's
the
a whole
heat
sequence
comes-
in an airplane where fucking Jason Statham is beating dudes up while like holding a baby carriage. Like it's just so stupid. But that's the thing is, and it's
That's
also
over
it's
the
also an
fucking-
experience. Like these
But
movies,
the fact is, it knows what it is. Like, it does it in a way that it's like, god
Yeah.
these
damn.
are also
That's
movies that
best.
you have to experience in a theater with a friend in a way that you have to both go in and be like, let's just watch a really dumb fucking
Right.
because.
Let's get drunk to this movie.
Fate of the Furious, Luke and I, we watched it on 420. So we celebrated the holiday, and then
Ha ha.
and then we went and saw the movie, and we went and saw it at Midtown Marcus, which has like they serve food there. And we're sitting there, and Luke's
Dude,
like,
mini corn dogs.
of
sounds
course.
great.
So we've celebrated.
Especially at that time.
As I said, we've celebrated the holiday, and we're sitting there. And we're both kind of hungry. And anytime I go to Midtown Marcus, Luke usually orders a cheeseburger, and I usually order. I'm drunk. I usually order a big ass bowl of popcorn, and sure enough, we did. But then Luke goes to me and he goes, "Dude, they got Corona on the menu." He goes, "Look at me, man. It's the Fate of the Furious. We got to do this." So we
you said
both
wrong.
order
Yeah.
Coronas. We both sit there, and I shit you not, as
drink
the
piss
credits
water,
roll
watch
on the
the
screen,
movie.
as the movie starts, we both hold them up and we go, "Salute me, familia," and then we we toast each other,
Jesus.
and then we take a swig, and then we watch the movie.
Did you hear this?
Mic drop.
That
Yeah, I think I heard both. I heard you drop it on the floor and in your hand.
Damn.
But like, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta have those experiences. So we all need to go see Pacific Rim Uprising.
fuck yeah, dude. I'm down.
Back into that Kong. Oh my god, this is the drunkest I've been on a podcast in a while. Kong Skull Island,
Dude.
Now
good
that we're talking
movie.
about big things and
Yeah.
shit like that,
But hey, that
so
grips
it's
you.
fun. I enjoy the shit
Okay,
out
so
of it.
honestly, this podcast has kind of turned into sporadically
That's the morning hangover.
Dude.
We don't plan this
You
shit.
get drunk,
sequels
you
that
start
we
talking
didn't
about
expect
what
to be
you want.
good that actually were good.
Wait. What? Oh, sequel. Okay. Yeah.
Sequels that we didn't expect to be good that were good.
Also,
Oh, okay.
you need to see Skull.
Dude, you need to.
I'll watch it.
Fuck that title.
Dude, we'll watch it tonight. Fuck it. But It's not that long.
Yeah, well, I need to go to bed if I have to take Jake to work, so you can go to
Fuck
bed and
that,
sleep.
dude. Let's get drunk and fucking watch
We're
it.
already drunk,
I
dude.
know, but more drunk.
Hey, why don't you take a drink? You haven't drank in like 5
well, don't
minutes.
you have-
I know, but I love you guys.
Didn't
so
your
I'm
brother give
listening.
you his HBO login?
Yeah, like 2 years ago. I don't remember it.
I thought you
But
should
dude-
be just on your TV, is it not?
My TV hasn't been updated for whatever reason.
And also,
So then you should still have it on your TV. If not, go to fucking Redbox. My point is, you should watch it. I
and
think
also
you
watch
would
through
have
the
fun with
credits because there's a little.
it. The singer scene is awesome
It's cool.
because
It's really
I'll fucking watch it, okay?
did you hear?
Yeah, the
do,
stinger
you, do you
scene.
hear?
I don't know anything about this movie.
Do you hear what Legendary's doing though? Right?
No.
Because it's 20. We're in the.
Oh, they're trying to do Godzilla and all that.
Yeah, it's the
yeah,
monster. It's they call it the MonsterVerse,
Yeah.
and the stinger scene is actually really fucking awesome. No, dude, I think it's gonna work because the way that they've set this up, it works.
It was. It was
All right.
fun.
I will wait until I
Have you
watch
seen the
movie.
Godzilla reboot, the 2014 one?
With Jeff?
Oh, I have not seen
No,
that
the one with
though.
Bryan Cranston in it.
No, I have not seen that one.
You should watch that one too.
Is it? Wait, are they connected? Okay, so we should watch that first.
Spoiler: the stinger scene has to do with Godzilla.
Damn it. Okay, so we have to watch Godzilla first, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Because guess what? They've already announced it, so this isn't a spoiler. So, because Kong Skull Island's coming. Fuck, the King Kong movie has come out.
Wait, did you say Kong Skull?
Kong. I keep saying Kong. I keep fucking up because of the K's. Kong Skull Island has come out in March. They've already announced that Godzilla King of the Monsters, that sequel's coming out this year or this coming year. It's in a couple weeks.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So yes,
Gotcha.
Godzilla versus King Kong is coming in 2020,
The stinger
and I
is so
am
predictable,
fucking stoked.
right?
Yes, because we
The
actually.
stinger is so predictable,
Because
but
we
it's
get good CGI of
So,
these two fuckers.
If you
going
look
at it.
into 402 Films, we actually have done a podcast where Jake was ecstatic about watching
But my
Godzilla.
crossover went
a
crazy.
giant monster.
My crossover took it another step. My crossover had Pacific Rim involved, so it was Pacific Rim versus Godzilla
But-
versus King Kong.
Let's
Book it.
let's take into note that this fact. That movie is not as long as the other fucking King Kong, which is fucking long as
3
hell.
hours and 8 minutes.
And
Peter
it gets
Jackson.
into it like that, dude. Like that. You get
wanna
on the
talk about
island
long
and you're
movies?
seeing
Okay,
shit.
well, we can go. We can
We're
go
talking
to
about
that
long
King
movies.
Kong.
Fuck you, Peter Jackson. Ever since he started working on those fucking Lord of the Rings movies, you can't make a movie under 3 hours.
Fuck no, he
him.
can't.
Yeah. Hey, so I've got one book for you,
life.
Peter Jackson. What are you gonna do with it?
Oh, let's take this short book. That's a lot shorter than
So-
the other 3 movies that I made.
You only
Make it
have
into
300
3 movies.
pages. So what are you gonna do with it?
Oh, let's
Make it
let's-
3 hours.
Let's make it 3 parts,
3 hours.
3 hours each.
Yeah, yeah.
That pissed me off because I fucking love The Hobbit. Because I actually read The Hobbit.
Fuck yeah, The Hobbit was awesome, and I got that book, and it's great.
But anyway, yeah.
so entertaining.
Before I made the joke about Peter Jackson, you were saying you had a point that you were saying something, and I interrupted you. And
Yes.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say? If you can remember it.
Not Remy.
You didn't even say remember. Because I made the joke that it was going to be Pacific Rim versus King Kong versus Godzilla, and then whatever. The point is, it's lost. 'Cause he brought up the Peter Jackson 3-hour King Kong movie, but I don't need a 3-hour King Kong movie.
Fuck no, dude. I love.
That's the beauty of Skull Island. You just jump into it.
Right, dude. That's what I'm saying. I love that. Like even when they're getting to that point, like they're building it up, they're showing you the pictures. They're showing you, hey, you know, this is our fucking conspiracy.
I don't know what it is in our society where there's a part of our brain where it's like. Sometimes we go to movies and we see a movie and we want to be captivated by the drama and the struggle.
We want it to actually.
We want
be.
that Oscar-worthy performance. We want that Oscar-worthy
Yeah.
movie. But then you go and you watch a movie where you're like, I just want to see a fucking 500-foot tall gorilla just beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is in our brains that do that. But that's what the thing about Skull Island. Because even when they try to explain their lore, I'm sitting there and I'm. Did you pay attention when I was watching that? I was scoffing every time they explained their lore. I was going, pfft.
Yeah.
Like, this is so stupid.
Right.
Hey,
but didn't you
fucker.
love every big ass creature in that?
What time do you got to be at work? 8?
I told you 8.
Okay, so how long does it take to get there? Because I've never
hour.
driven. Okay, so
20 minutes.
So we need to leave at 7:30.
Yeah, around that time.
Got it.
7:25 just to be. Yeah, you'll be there early. Never mind. Yeah, 7:30 you'll be
my
fine.
last alarm for 7:30, but that's only because I set my last alarm. I figured that, but it's like it's my way of like, hey, fucker, get out of here now.
Yeah. I'll probably be up before that because Ashley's an early riser too. So.
Okay, well,
Anything,
good.
I'll
But
put my
I have
alarm
my
on it.
earliest.
I'll skip
I have my
it.
earliest alarm set at 6. So
But yeah,
Thank God for
I wish I knew there was something in my brain.
thanks, man.
there's just things in your brain where you're like, fuck it, let's just watch a giant gorilla destroy stuff.
Right, dude.
That's why I want to see Rampage.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so excited for Rampage.
Right, and that's why I freaked out
It looks
during
like dog
fucking
shit,
Justice
but I
League.
want to see it.
Honestly, dude, it just looks like fun.
It's The Rock.
That's
It's The
what I'm
Rock.
saying,
Like,
Adam.
is that okay for?
right?
Is that okay for me to just enjoy a movie that's
right.
going to be 20%?
Hey, can we all agree we're gonna go fucking see that movie? Because I want to see this
Thank
movie.
you.
Can
Yeah.
we see it together?
Yes, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's get a big ass thing of
Big ass
popcorn.
bowl of
and go.
popcorn.
Okay,
Fucking
so
watch
now segueing from fun movies and The Rock to Jumanji.
I actually am
Oh.
really excited about that.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be that good.
No, it's not.
Just because it doesn't have the same horror aspect that Jumanji kind of had.
It'll be funny though.
Also, I want to also point out, I think a lot of people go think of the first Jumanji with rose-colored glasses.
You're not gonna beat the first Jumanji though. Jumanji,
But
was
it's also
awesome.
it's also I'm telling you, dude,
Okay, see,
it's
yes, you're having rose-colored glasses. My problem is
because
the first movie
Jumanji
I
is not
saw.
that great.
The first movie I saw was Zathura, and I fucking love that
That is a
movie.
better
Oh,
Jumanji, dude.
okay.
Adam, that is a better Jumanji.
Thank you.
That is a
Fucking
better
thank
Jumanji.
you.
I'm with you on that.
And then I watched Jumanji, and I'm like,
Dude,
I mean,
Zathura is a better.
you guys are
Jumanji.
gonna hate me for this. I haven't seen Zathura.
oh, we're not gonna hate you for that. We'd hate you if you said that.
Oh, I said that Jumanji was
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But I
Hey, don't
love
feel bad.
Jumanji.
Not a lot of people saw that movie.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
It
I
did
was
not
gonna
have
say,
a big
'cause-
theatrical release. It wasn't. It was on Netflix.
You have to like dig through Netflix. You have to be like one of those things where you're like really desperate to find something on Netflix. kind of
Damn,
thing.
really? Okay, I got something to look forward to then.
I don't know if it's still on there.
Ah, fuck.
but
Oh,
it's
well.
It
still
might be
like,
an Amazon rental.
okay. So imagine Jumanji.
Shout out to Amazon for rentals. Anyway, back
Anyway,
to
Imagine Jumanji, but outer space.
What?
And
better actors.
yeah, like it was.
Robin Williams.
No,
though.
not even Robin Williams. I'm talking about better kid actors.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
think.
I can see that.
Again, I mean, they did work out later in life, but
I'm telling you, you go back and watch Jumanji, and you got to think about it. When you watched it as a kid, you thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
you
you're
watch
right.
it now, it's not a good movie, dude. It's not.
You're right,
doesn't
dude.
hold
'cause
up.
It's been a while since I've seen.
but the
Jumanji.
difference is like Zathura is actually fun.
oh, it's like kind of like okay, like kind of spacey shit.
Like it
different.
definitely drew a lot of influence from like Jumanji, like obviously.
It's an updated before this one, obviously, but it's an updated version of Jumanji.
Is it one of those that you could see yourself like as those characters as their age, like acting that way out there in the space, you
I
know,
mean, like,
and shit? Kind of, or
Basically, the way it is, it's two brothers who find a game,
Oh, yeah,
It's like a
Zathura.
rainy day, they're bored, kind of shit.
and they spin, and their house ends up being like an outer space ship,
oh,
and they have to fight aliens, and like it doesn't make sense till you watch it, but like it fucking works. And maybe I'm like part of like the minority in this, but I honestly did not like the fact that Jumanji was two generations.
yeah. because it was like
Yeah.
you got the guy who's been there, in the game for a while, and then you got the kids that come in, and
John, okay, the biggest reason I was IMDbing this guy's name because I couldn't remember his name. The biggest reason people remember Jumanji is Robin Williams and Jonathan Hyde. Jonathan Hyde is the hunter that's going after them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only reasons you remember those movies because those two guys.
Kirsten Dunst, man.
Yeah, the fucking cop.
Yeah, but Kirsten Dunst fucking ugh. Anyway,
Yeah, the cop, dude.
Okay, she lost her career.
no, my
because
point
she's
is the
married to him.
only
That's not the
reason you
point.
remember that is because those two
Well, yeah.
carried that fucking movie.
Yeah, they did.
Their
They did.
performances carried that movie.
Yes, and I completely agree. Like, it wasn't that great of a movie, but it had great actors in it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when
Very memorable.
I saw people like on Twitter and Facebook like when they saw the first trailer for Jumanji and it's like why do they ruin my like I don't want them to make this movie and I don't want them to hurt my childhood or hurt the legacy of my childhood. And I was like,
Come on.
let's back up. Jumanji
Yeah.
wasn't that good of a fucking movie.
Yeah,
And you're just saying that because Robin Williams is dead.
exactly.
If Robin Williams was still alive, you still wouldn't be saying that shit.
Although Hollywood needs to slow their fucking roll on the fucking remakes of everything,
But that's the thing about this movie.
But
I think this movie is
it's not that
different
bad.
enough
Yeah,
that it's okay.
yeah, and it's got the whole like, okay, you pick a player and then you become it, and then they have the girl
yeah.
becomes. Yeah, I like that. It's awesome.
It takes the gimmick and takes it from a board game to a video game.
That's what I love
So
about
it changes
this.
up the gimmick a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about
That's
it.
cool.
And every trailer I've seen of it, I've laughed and I thought that'd be a fun movie.
Right.
Again,
I
yeah,
honestly
and that's
thought
great.
it-
But I kind of like the aspect of the fact that Jumanji was kind of like an action horror, and this just seems like a comedy.
Yeah. Because then you got the spiders, you got the monkeys that are going fucking
is fine.
crazy.
I mean,
you got the bees.
I doesn't affect
Again, until I actually see the movie.
Yeah, it's
until
also for me, in my aspect of it is I never held Jumanji in a super high regard anyway, so I don't have those kind of feelings
Unless
about
you're
it.
my brother Michael, and then you know.
Well, I mean, he's
you-
gonna have
you
different
do-
feelings about it than I, 'cause he fucking loves that
Obviously.
movie. But
But
like, I never really cared about that movie in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm plus I give it a pass because it's The Rock,
yeah.
and I'll pretty much watch anything The Rock's in.
Hey, and The Rock is in Rampage, so hello.
Exactly. Exactly.
But anyway, so
Which is also another big like. I
that's
just
why
said.
you were like, dude, it's so no, it's not gonna be
Well,
great.
that's the thing is like Luke was like, dude, it looks fucking dumb. I go, yeah.
And
it
I'm
looks-
like, there's a huge crocodile, there's a huge fucking wolf. This is great, dude.
yeah,
Like,
the fact that we live in 2017 and they're making a movie about the arcade game of fucking Rampage, where the whole plot of that game is to destroy buildings as giant animals.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even know that was the actual game until Jake told me.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So, where are you going? You taking a potty break?
I'm sorry, to Tommie's room, to your room, to the office, or to the bathroom? What do you think, man?
I
think you're going to the office.
Probably.
Well,
work out some paperwork.
We'll hold off on a bit, and I'll wait for Adam to come back to talk about Stranger Things. But yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked about Jumanji.
Dude, me too.
I'm stoked for that and Rampage.
I mean, you got Kevin Hart and you got The Rock.
dude, Jack
They're
Black
gonna
as
be
a girl. Jack Black as a girl. Like, I literally can't even.
Shit, dude, I totally forgot he was.
That he's
Oh
that,
my
that
God.
popular girl that plays.
I'm so much more excited for this now because, oh my God, what was
I
that
literally
line?
can't even.
Yeah, I can totally see this is gonna be good.
Because it's just so stupid.
Yeah, and
It
he's
looks
just-
so dumb.
and he's just like, like most actors, I guarantee any other actor like a Kevin Hart and be like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna act like a fucking girl.
I feel
Are
like
you
that
kidding me? I'm
part
Kevin
was,
Hart.
That part
But
was
Jack
definitely
Black-
written for him.
Yeah, Jack Black was just like, fuck yeah, dude, that's hilarious.
That part was written for Jack Black.
exactly. That's what I
that-
love about him, dude. He can
Like
play anything
like only Jack Black could pull that kind of
Right.
role off.
and be funny as hell. Like,
Speaking of actors that can only pull that off, the little bit that I only saw about half of Split. You saw the whole thing. James McAvoy.
Oh my
I think
god,
he's such a good actor. I think
dude.
only somebody like him would be able to pull something
Dude,
off.
To be
Exactly.
fair,
I was
nobody
gonna tell you
actually
about
really
that.
saw it coming.
dude. You have
James McAvoy's fucking great.
you guys have
Okay,
no idea though.
But
it gets
but
deep
but
into that shit.
can we
It's
actually
great.
give him credit? Can we give credit real quick to his agent? How do you sell an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Hey, James, so you're gonna be in this M. Night Shyamalan movie. Well, here's the thing: you get the chance to play 23 different characters
Oh,
and show your range. Like that's an actor's
Dude,
dream,
and he does.
Like, if you think about that, that's a dream role for an actor.
Dude, no joke, and he does in this creepy way, and you're
he's
just
really
like,
good at-
oh my god, he's so raw.
What
Like,
he's really good at that I've noticed before,
I caught myself laughing,
especially before I saw that movie, when I saw in like the X-Men Apocalypse trailer. Granted, X-Men Apocalypse is not a great movie, but what I saw, what his ability was, is he's really
but again, James McAvoy was definitely not the problem in that movie.
no him or Fassbender. They're both
Fuck
great.
no.
And that's the thing is that what I noticed is he's so good at facial expression.
Dude, no
So when
way.
they do those tight close-ups on him, you see the unhinged nature of his
I
character.
gotta say this though, dude, you're so right on that because like there was these points where he does these like little things where he'll like shrug or like he'll do something and I'm like, dude, I totally know a person that does that. Like he totally captured that like he does this lady part and you're just like, oh my god, dude, I know a lady that's just like I know a guy who's just like the, you know, and it's so cool how he fucking ranges that.
Adam, so the first thing we're going to talk about, Stranger Things 2.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, I mean, if you're a guy like me, it took forever to finish the season. This is
Yeah,
your
so
spoiler
we've already
alert.
had a podcast for about 50 minutes. How long have we had this?
36.
So, oh, damn it. Okay,
It feels a lot longer.
Damn.
so if you're still in this, now the original idea is Stranger Things 2.
Okay, so from the outset, I want to state that I did enjoy this season. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. But I'm going to say that a little bit of this, like I liked season 1 a little bit more than season 2, and it's not even necessarily quality of the show. It's actually
Longarity.
it's just me as a person, and I admit this is my flaw. I was just so annoyed by marketing that when I finally did watch the show, I was already a little annoyed.
Yeah, you
Because-
totally were, dude.
Because season
Yeah.
1 was such a huge, big breakaway hit, and I saw all this marketing going behind season 2. Like, you go
I
into
agree
a
with
Target or a Walmart or any kind of like store or anything.
Not even
it's
that.
fucking
No, not
the
even.
internet. It's like
No,
Stranger
not
Things.
even that, dude. Super Bowl. Like the fact that they had their first teaser and during the Super Bowl, like that was completely unnecessary.
yeah, you're right.
Like,
Wow.
you are a Netflix show.
Yeah.
People are already gonna watch it because we're
So-
Yeah, we
spending
got
$9.
I mean, yeah,
So I mean, it had that going against it.
it's good. It's an original.
But I'm not going to deny
That is
that
weird.
it wasn't a quality season. Like, this show is great. Like, I'm not going to say that this show isn't fun, and I didn't have a good time watching it.
Don't you find the fucking little like music, the theme music, kind of
Oh
fun?
my god, that John Carpenter inspired like synth. Oh my god, I cream in my jeans.
Right?
But I've always been a 80s guy anyway.
But
so.
can we talk about how what's his name? The guy. Again, spoilers. The guy who died.
Sean Astin?
Yeah, what's his actual
Bob.
character? Okay.
Bob was great.
Bob was
No,
awesome.
can we actually just talk about the fact that Bob was only there to solve plot points?
Well, yeah, he was definitely there to drive the plot
Dude,
forward. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
because there was
literally-
that huge hole.
yeah.
where like the
Oh, hey,
color-
this is the river.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
By the way, I did a lot of brain teasers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Guess what? I know how to do puzzles.
All right, so I was really cool now. Guess
like-
what?
It's
That
like
is
it's
totally
like
a
when
good
you play a
point.
video game and they introduce a mechanic like halfway or like
Thank God for
three-fourths
that
through the
mechanic.
game.
Or they're
And
and
introduce a mechanic, be like, "Oh, I'm glad they brought this into the game so I can finish the
Because
game
none of these
now."
fucktards would
you know
have
what
known,
I mean?
but hey, they can take care of
okay,
this
Jake's
now. That's-
Jake's projecting this because he really hates Uncharted 4 just because of the very
no,
end.
no, it's not even that. I'm just saying you understand where I'm coming from, though.
Yes,
right?
I do. Yeah, like again, like that's just
I love Uncharted 4. Fuck you.
yeah, but you
Said it was a masterpiece, you asshole.
you did, but you hate the final boss scene. Like you
Stupid. That was terrible. You agree with me?
a new mechanic. Bah! Yes, but
different podcast for a different.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
we should do a whole deep dive into Uncharted.
How have we
gotta
not done
play
that yet?
I don't know why we haven't,
though,
but
you
that's
fucks.
you know
Oh,
what? We're gonna have
because
to
you
play-
haven't played the.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. We got to play all 4, and then I got to play that.
What are you doing this weekend?
Anyway, go on.
All right, but anyway, so my biggest thing is Hopper. A miss. All right, so I have a massive man crush on Hopper.
Doesn't.
Fair point.
I do.
Yeah.
Everybody
big
does.
time.
Everybody
I mean,
does. Don't act like you don't.
We already know that he's like this lazy alcoholic cop, and all of a sudden
small town.
in the last 2 episodes, he becomes this badass who shoots a shotgun at aliens while protecting his daughter. When the fuck did he learn how to do this?
From having his
He was
first
kind of
daughter.
like that in season 1, though.
When?
I mean, I feel like it was.
No, he's just carrying around a rifle every once in a while. That's the only thing that made him.
yeah, I
badass.
honestly agree with that. Like he shot whenever he had
What is
to.
your issue with that? He
it
already
boosts-
lost a daughter, so he lost a family.
But
he lost
that
a
is,
daughter.
that is developed in the second season.
Yes,
though.
that is developed. But
it's
he
fine.
Bruce Willis, man. He die-harded.
Yeah, he did.
But that I don't see.
I'm totally
I don't
with
see
Adam
the
on
issue with
that.
that because that makes sense because he already lost a daughter and he looks at his 11 as a second.
He lost
chance
his
to have a
daughter
family.
before season 1. So why wasn't he as badass in season 1?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Now you're
he
nitpicking.
did
I
that
thought I was
wasn't
nitpicking.
mentioned.
Now you're
in season
nitpicking.
1.
I guess. I just really want to love his character, and it just seemed like too.
Or was it?
It just seemed too unrealistic for him to actually be like, "Hey, an alien! Hey, an alien!
Are you
Hey,
really?
an
Are you
alien."
gonna really argue
True
realism
that.
in a world that has an alternate reality? With,
But he
with,
didn't know.
with
he wasn't.
Demogorgons in it.
He
That's a
wasn't.
fair point.
That, he
He's
wasn't
not wrong.
conditioned.
Yeah.
He wasn't conditioned into that.
Is it
until
wrong
later
for me
on,
not
until
like
11.
realistic characters? I mean, am I the asshole?
No. Your criticism is fine, but how I would counter that is with the fact that he looks at his and you obviously see this because you.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
you're
actually
right.
with Adam on this.
11 is his second chance, and so he's going to do whatever he can
Yeah.
to protect her.
I agree. Okay, so my
My things are more nitpicks than yours.
Yes. So my only argument is the fact that I want season 3 to actually go into Hopper's past and explain
Dude, that'd be cool.
how we can fucking shotgun aliens in 3 seconds.
Yeah. And how he's just
I don't-
ready at the door, like
If he has a fucking past in the Navy, I'd be okay with that. Like, just tell me why.
Cop, he still has firearms.
He's a
training.
cop, all right? How many cops do you actually know that are badass?
A
Yeah,
small
sure,
town
it's a
sheriff,
small
dude.
town, but like,
How many Nebraska City cops? Hashtags. That's where we're from.
that's a very long hashtag.
Okay, spoilers. That's where we're from. How many Nebraska City cops do you know that are badasses? Okay, so I mean, like something obviously happened in Hopper's
I
past.
think all law enforcement is badass. Don't pull me over.
Fuck that.
I'm saying my
No, fuck that, dude.
No. Legitimately, what I'm my thing is, you kind of saw.
Yes.
He's not.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think he's this action hero that you make him out to be.
The last episode, he definitely was.
I think
an
he's just
action hero.
shooting.
Was
I think he's just
definitely the
shooting
most
at shit.
badass in
Like,
that whole thing.
Okay,
Besides
the last
11.
episode.
but that's Hollywood, man. When you see one of the main characters shooting at something,
Okay,
it just
the
looks
last
cool 'cause that's
episode
Hollywood.
and the last half hour of the second episode when he was like, "You don't need to talk," like when he didn't even like explain anything. You don't need to talk, and he was explaining to an 11-year-old kid about what he was doing.
I still think that he did that in enough effective manner. He's like, I'm doing it to protect.
Oh yeah, it was very effective. I'm not. The writing was great.
So what was wrong with that?
He just came off as too much. Like, I want to know more about Hopper. Like, I didn't feel like I knew much about Hopper to understand why he went. I mean, 0 to 360.
I mean, I think that just goes
Real
back
quick.
to the second chance angle.
So you haven't finished yet. You haven't finished the second season.
did.
No, Oh, okay.
we've
I'm all
all-
finished.
we've all finished- we've all
Again,
finished.
man, I've seen the shotgun scene.
Okay.
The second to last episode.
Okay, I was gonna say
It's like
I
last
get mixed in
Well,
with those.
it's in the ending.
Yeah.
But then,
They all blur
again,
together.
you realize that okay, this guy. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. but it's like, man, this guy is dealing with somebody that could literally just throw him through the fucking window because she's mad.
You see that tension throughout the whole season.
Yes.
Which
okay,
is like that dad
that's actually a really good point because, I mean, he definitely
protect someone like that.
Definitely becomes a badass in that.
But you're like, I'm a parent.
He definitely handles that the best way you can.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Like,
how else do you handle that?
that's how I would have handled it, dude. Like, I would have been.
And
like,
even the next day,
you
you kind of apologize, but you're kind of like, maybe I will consider repairing the TV. Like, she still has to be punished.
Right.
She's still a kid.
Because she still has a great power, like Spider-Man was great.
All right,
I wouldn't even quote it.
Got you on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying I think that plays up back to his former.
but I totally get what you're
Okay,
saying,
so
though.
yeah, I guess I see
it all
that.
it's all like a river that flows back. Like his arc with 11,
And
it all kind of flows back into that.
But he is the
what we
most
have
badass
seen from
in
this
second
show is character development has been a big thing. So I really hope that they experiment more with that with Hopper. I mean, we've seen that with
Yeah,
Nancy.
I would love to see that too.
We saw that with what's the dude with the mullet who got his ass kicked all the time?
Steve.
We saw it with Steve.
Steve was awesome, dude. I like him.
Can I go on a little bit of a? It's not really a rant, but I'm sure you guys will share this sentiment with me.
Tangent.
You
A
didn't
little bit of a
like.
tangent, yeah.
You don't like their breakup, right?
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a hot fuck.
Yeah.
You want to
God damn it!
You want to fucking
Damn it, Tommy! Why did you put him on this? You knew that was going to
I'm so
happen.
sorry.
explain one damn thing to you.
I just-
all right? Listen to me, this fucking Jake's take. No, something that bothers me is I did not give a single fuck
The redhead.
about 11.
What?
I did not care.
Yeah,
about,
actually,
I did not.
I do have to agree with
I
you on this one.
literally skipped episode 7. Ashley told me I could skip it. I skipped an episode because it was all this shit about talking to these other telepathic people or
sister.
telekinetic people.
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't care.
Dude, I did too. Oh my god,
They
I did.
succeeded so well in making me give.
Okay,
11
okay.
was the
Stop.
But no,
Okay,
let
fine.
me finish my thought, and then you can jump right in.
Thank you.
11. They did so much in the first season with 11 to make me like this kid, and I cared so much about him. She was delicate, then she becomes a strong character by the end of the show.
Right.
And I'm like, that's so awesome. And then this time, man, I just do not care about her angsty emo storyline. I just don't care.
She's all punk rock.
Anyway,
after she comes
Okay,
back.
so 11 definitely in this season.
She took a backseat.
Yes, she did, but she was definitely Deus Ex Machina, which means she was.
Because, yeah, all of them are swarming the house, and then sure enough, fucking eyeliner, rolled up jeans, come in and saves
And
her.
again, 11 played the fact that she furthered Hopper. You know how much I have a hard on for Hopper.
True. Like that's
She
all I'm
played-
getting at.
Yes, I will definitely agree with you on that. Like, and they obviously built up her sister.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
more
sorry,
of
I'm
them.
doing bigger quotes. You can't see this.
There's more of them, and then they didn't do anything with it.
It's only her, dude.
Yeah, it's only that other one
They
chick. but-
tease in that, and they tease in that first episode that there could be more of them, and then you just
They
find
did
out.
this episode, which
Dude,
honestly,
that was weird to me. I was
which
like,
honestly sucked, and the episode sucked. And people honestly
Can't
say that you
skip
can
it.
skip it. Yes, there's no point. The only point you need to remember that episode is 11 saying, "You know what? I gotta go back."
that was
really
a weird
it.
episode.
And that's
because
like
I
at
was
the end of the episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it literally
You
is
get
like the
caught-
last 5 minutes of the episode.
You get caught in that crossfire of like,
So yes,
is there more? Is there not? Where's this going?
I will
Like,
completely agree with you that 11 of this season
Especially because
got fucked up.
you see
Yeah.
in episode 6, you see Bob die, you see all this shit going on in the lab, and then they pull a Walking Dead, the comics, on you, where it's like all this this crazy intense shit's going on. But,
Happy smile.
yeah.
but let's do
Let's
backstory.
go.
Let's have this big build up to this crazy thing, and let's slow it down for an issue so we can do backstory. That's exactly what they did with that.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, I don't fucking care.
They just wanted you to get a
Even when
gripper.
dude,
like,
everything about 11 in this season, I did not care.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
think about this.
Yeah.
When she saw her mom, I was like, shh. And the flashbacks,
I mean, that was a good episode.
It wasn't bad, but I just didn't.
I love the little link ups and their thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, dude. I like that because it was like,
but
that's also but
as Jake's saying, it was a massive letdown to what we got.
Yeah,
like that was built up to be like this huge thing. And by the way, hey, so Will,
back to
Will
the kid that's been sleeping
has this fucking what does he call him?
Well, they called him a spy. Because he had the
he could see into the fucking
what is the thing?
I don't know the name of the monster, but it was controlling him. Because he led those soldiers into the lab and killed them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They called him a spy.
Yeah, so I will agree with you. Like they really built up 11. Like they built up those like little tiny 3-minute scenes that we got were really awesome, and
it's also a personal preference where I'm like, it's another reason why I hate prequels. It's just a simple thing of like,
I like 11 a lot.
I don't need.
I liked 11 a lot in season 1.
But
I'm on Jake.
But the thing that's appealing about 11 was the fact that there was mystery, there was mystique about her. You didn't know exactly what was going on.
But
and then when you finally, when they
showed,
spoon feed that to you, it's not exciting.
Season 2 showed her love for what's his name, fucking that kid.
Yeah, but to why? Because she's the first dude she saw.
Yeah, because he brings
the one that kept talking to her. He's the one that
brings her in, and he talked to her every day for 300 and some odd fucking days.
BT Dubs, I love Nate.
I get that.
So
do you get it? You know,
who do you
what
think?
I'm coming from?
All right, so new segue. Who do you think is the best character development from season 1 to season 2?
I will go with you on.
I'd probably say Steve. I'm kidding.
Honestly, Steve would be in my top 3.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. I promise you.
I'm glad that you agree with me on 11. That what was appealing about her was the mystery.
Honestly, dude, I had to actually listen to this, and I'm like, oh, dude, yeah.
I would say.
But yes, that was fucking stupid.
Season development.
That's how good the show is that we're so passionate about it,
and then we don't realize shit until like later.
We talk about it. Yeah.
That is crazy though. Like, but anyway, like I would say fuck.
But again, that actually raises the point: the fact that I actually didn't consider 11 a main character until Jake confronted me about this, and then I realized. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about logistics, she probably had the biggest character development
in season 1.
I mean, I would say they did a lot to build her backstory in this season, but
it was like away from the screen. Like, you know, like I totally get that. Like, it was like she wasn't there, but it was like, you know, her character was still kind of building in a little way.
While you think about that, Adam, are you going to say Hopper or who are you going to say?
Nancy?
Yeah, she had a huge arc,
especially at the end. Like,
breaks up with Steve. She goes on this hunt for Barbara. And
then at the end, she
finds a way to make people care about it and water it down.
Like has the moment with Dustin. Like, I mean, I think Nancy had a lot of great character development.
And the part where she talks to Steve about, like, Steve's like, it's okay, you know, and she's like, fuck. I'm a dick. Like, just what? Like,
yeah,
when we were watching
she actually realized
like,
that
she realized she's a dick.
And I realized, I love that.
Yeah,
I don't want to sound like a fucking misogynist at this point, but like,
that was great.
I love the fact that the media is portraying the fact that a woman can say, "Hey,
I fucked up,
fucking asshole."
Right, not just the guy version of like being an asshole.
I mean, it was kind of a joke, but I think Steve had a lot of character growth because
he did.
He goes from this like.
Well, I mean, we already know that you love Steve.
Oh, everybody loves Steve.
Especially his bromance with
but if you look at season 1,
oh dude, there's a YouTube video you should check out.
Really?
This is like a montage of them.
No, there's a YouTube video of them doing like the most answered questions about Stranger Things. It's just them two.
Yeah.
Steve and Dustin.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Also, I want to joke
like
about, because you know how much I am a sucker about anything where it's like, you know, the buddy cop trope where it's like two characters that don't necessarily like each other put together, and they did that with Steve and Dustin, and it worked. And that's why I think
And it worked.
Even though it was a joke that when I said it, I still stand by that Steve had a big character arc because he goes from being
That's a great point. That's a really fucking great point.
That only cares about himself and only cares about being with Nancy and everything else. She dumps him.
Yes,
and he has to
really
rethink
pissed
things.
off, and
then he does the rest he can for the second half of that season to protect those kids.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
And you notice, like, off the fact of those two.
And those were fucking great when he was teaching him how to pick up girls. I was like, that is so funny.
Right? With the fucking hair
works so fucking
And if you
well.
tell anybody, I'll kill you.
Yeah, I love
the
that.
Farrah
That was
Fawcett hair.
great.
Yeah. That was
Or
fucking-
in the
yes.
fucking in the car scene where after he gets beat up.
I love that.
You got your ass kicked, man, but you hung in there. You're good. You're all right. You like
Yeah, he was the first one to talk to him about it.
like
yeah,
that
it's
was
so great. Like, I mean, that
The
comes
more I
down
talk
to,
about this season,
like-
the more I'm in love with it. I was a little bitchy about the second season. The more I talk about it,
I
the more
love the
it.
second
Well, I mean,
season, man.
It just becomes to the fact that you're actually looking at little aspects that you like, and the fact that the season as a whole wasn't that great of a season. But the small things that we're looking at,
It kept it carrying.
Well, it's also, talking with friends that have seen it, and there's also a little bit of like, it goes back to what I was saying earlier when I was like, I bitch too much. So I'm like finding the positives in these things that I was bitching about. I'm like, you know what?
Okay, hey.
This is a good show.
So
Anyway, character growth. Tommy, who do you think had the biggest character?
now you have to tell us now because I have one more topic I want to talk about before the end of this podcast.
I would honestly say Steve.
Okay,
It was my favorite
Steve
character.
and Nancy.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually think
I would argue Will's
But
brother
dude,
had a big arc. too.
you blew my mind on that because I didn't really think about Nancy in that way, and she had a lot
Yeah,
of good
a lot of
character
shit
growth
was
in
going
that.
on in her.
to be fair, I also have a crush on Nancy.
Dude,
Who
me too.
doesn't? Who
Oh my
doesn't?
god,
Yeah.
she's so beautiful.
It's just like who doesn't like Steve? Who doesn't?
She has that-
it's funny.
I'd fuck Steve.
I'd fuck Steve.
Yeah,
He actually had a much smaller role, and he was actually supposed to be like a huge dickhead. Like they were gonna write him into like trying to rape Nancy, but he was so charming.
was it the actor?
The
God,
actor.
I love stories like
Right?
The actor was
He
so.
changed the fucking
The
game.
actor
Yeah.
was so charming that the
That's what I
Duffer
like about
Brothers
him, dude.
rewrote his character. Like on set, like this kid is too fucking good. Like he's too funny, he's too charming.
He's too
we gotta
cool.
figure out his character,
Especially the bromance.
So
like you don't want to lose that. Like
even in season 1, I hated him.
Okay.
and then like halfway towards like
Yeah.
he
you're
brought
like
it back
he's
around.
douchey.
Well, it's this
And then
thing.
all of
Like
a sudden
season
he's
1,
like,
you're supposed
maybe
to
he's
hate
there for
him,
them.
but you're supposed to hate him until like the what is the third when he's like, fine, I'll get a baseball bat with fucking barbed wire.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah.
I'll
Puts
fucking
nails
nigga
in a
on this.
baseball bat and just beats his fucking
I
Demogorgons.
gotta save you, asshole. So follow me. I'm gonna be in first in
Okay,
line.
so this one, this question, I'm gonna appeal to Jake, but I'm gonna ask Tommy at first,
what's up?
just because I want Jake to be last because I know how much he wants to answer this. What do you think is the worst part of Stranger Things season 2?
The worst.
How much
part,
time do we have?
The worst part.
I mean, we literally spent about 45 minutes talking about how great it was. So,
Fuck, man. The worst part. Because there's a lot of little.
can you talk a little bit because I have to think because Jake kind of convinced me.
I kind of want to hear what you guys say
I love how like
because then it gives me more.
the more I
insight.
talk, the more you're like, Jake, you're blowing my mind because you're seeing things totally different the way that I saw them.
right?
Well,
and
that's
then
what-
I like
And
the.
the
I like
great
the-
thing about
podcasting.
this is all three of us are doing that.
I
Yeah,
like.
right. That's why I love podcasts.
This is what I
Different
like.
perspectives.
I did not like. Okay, I liked though. I liked the whole.
That's not the question, Tommy.
I did not like Mad. I do not like the Mad Max chick.
Oh,
I hate
so
that
Jake is
chick.
going pee, but he just did the okay and nod and point.
That's totally what I was thinking. But like, man, she's just such a like everything. She was like scolding everybody, and it was just like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Like, you don't fucking enjoy anything you're going through, but you're sticking around with this crew. Like, you could have been. Your character is like so detached sometimes from the whole situation that you could have just been like walked out of the whole thing and nobody would have noticed. Like the only fact that kept her there was the fact that she was starting to get in love with that black kid because
Lucas.
of Lucas, which I love that kid. He's a great actor.
They're all great, man.
They're
all
so
great.
good.
All those kids are really great. Yeah, we're not gonna.
And I honestly, I liked his. He was another one. He would be in my top like 3 or
even
4.
every character that we did not like, the actor portrayed that character perfectly.
Yeah.
If there's any complaint
exactly.
I have, it's the writing.
That is exactly what I'm
It's not
going
the
along.
performance, it's the writing. That's always been
But
my
man,
problems.
dude, she could have totally just walked out like after the fact.
Again, I do want to acknowledge, because I'm a writer, that there was a shit ton of characters that we're trying to do.
And it's
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to jumble everybody in,
Yeah,
and like,
and it's also a thing, and we'll go right back to you. on
Hey,
this.
everyone's great. You guys.
I love that.
I want you to
show,
finish your thought. So my final thing is they're with TV and movies. Just because you wrote something down and it got bought and everything, there's a lot of changes that go through a script.
Whoa,
so it
yeah.
necessarily isn't,
So your thing is you don't like Mad Max.
I don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna segue right onto you,
I love that answer because I fucking hate her character.
if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I fucking hate not Mad Max,
But her brother?
but the family aspect of Mad Max, her brother, and that whole thing.
Yeah.
Because the whole time you're
You're
led
like-
to believe that, holy shit, there's a connection. There's something that.
Right, dude.
And then, hey, by the way,
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that, and I totally.
hey, the way we just, we're just stepbrothers. Or we're stepbrothers. We're
Yeah.
step siblings.
What the fuck else is a part of that whole like?
Literally
Whole-
nothing. Like you literally
whole-
built. 1 second. You literally built a mystery just to have it.
This is why we need to do video.
Just to have it never answered. Like,
Well, it's answered, but it's answered in such a mundane way. Like you're Stranger Things. All right, you literally have a demon that is coming out of another dimension that you named after Dungeons and Dragons, and one of your biggest mysteries in season 2 is, well, we're just step siblings.
What? Yeah.
No.
Whoa.
You brought up
blew
something
my
I wasn't
fucking
gonna bring
mind.
up.
Well, and abuse. I mean, there is an abuse aspect to
Yeah.
that. But
Let me talk about that. Because you know how much I fucking hate that
But
shit.
can I have one more moment? But again, that
finish
abuse
the thought.
aspect has no impact on the actual story.
High five, dude. You're
But
hitting
has
that
im-
on the fucking head,
Oh,
dude.
did I?
Oh, buddy, you opened a whole new can.
Oh, damn
Go.
No, I'm not gonna steal your thunder. I'm gonna add to it.
So literally, they introduced a storyline that had nothing to do with the actual plot line, and that is my biggest part with season 2.
Oh my god, dude. Yes.
And this
Okay,
isn't related
Jake?
to my issue. This isn't related to
Yeah.
my
Okay.
issue.
Good. Because I was gonna say I know what your issue is, and I want to hear your issue.
No,
so
no. I just want to add on to what you're saying is I totally agree with you, and you and I have the same opinions on this.
Mm-hmm.
When you constantly put a plot device in media, it loses its luster. When you say, "Hey, that guy's a fucking dick,"
Dude, I felt that.
like he was, but then you know what? He's really not that big of a dip because his daddy beats him. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you. That is so lazy. That is lazy writing.
That is lazy
Lazy.
writing,
Again-
Jake. That is such a good
again,
fucking writer's mentality.
it had potential to not be lazy writing if you made him a demon or her a demon, or if you made something like actual.
Something different with it, yeah.
If you would have done something that Stranger Things should have
have
done.
done.
and that's what's
Yes.
funny is Tommy had already.
But instead, hey, you know what?
and that's what's
And
funny.
I feel like it might have been like something like you were saying. There's a lot of writer. They have
There's a lot of changes and things.
and I think that might have been, what
Because honestly, the whole
because of
time I'm
11
thinking,
and
I'm
everything
thinking the
that-
whole time he's like, "You're not my sister." I'm thinking, okay, so he obviously. She might be number 9. She might be 8. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what's going
that
on?
would have been cool. I would have liked that. That would
Nope.
have been awesome.
Nope. They're just.
And that's the thing
The
too.
only cool thing that came out of that was that she stood up to her brother, but after the fact that Steve got his fucking face beat in, and then she fucking laid the hammer down and was like, "Stay away from my fucking friends." That was the only fucking thing
was the
that
best
made
thing
her
from
okay.
That was the best thing from that whole angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
now again, because we are pressuring this, we're nitpicking choices, but again, the actors did those
it's not their
roles,
fault.
and
He was a believable asshole. Like I fucking hate.
oh
him.
yeah, I fucking love
And I don't mind
He
that
was so
guy.
effective at making me hate him.
this. This just comes down to fucking Like, what the fuck? Seriously? You're going to build that for like 8 episodes and then be like, eh.
One final.
Right, dude. So fucking.
My final thought on that before I talk about my thing is it's just. It's one of those things where I didn't expect Tommie to watch me watch this because Tommie had already seen the whole season.
I totally watched you throughout this whole
But you were
thing,
watching me and you saw my reaction to his abusive dad. I was just like,
that.
Like the way that I looked at the TV while I'm watching that, I had my head kind of cocked to the side and I kind of
had your hand.
I had like a negative because you saw it, right?
Yeah.
You saw me going like, "That's fucking lame."
That's so fucking.
You saw the look on my face where I was like, "That's just so lazy. That's lame. It's not exciting."
It's so fucking modern, fucking bullshit.
So yeah, I'm totally with Adam on that. That's lame.
That's a really good point, man.
I got thoughts on that.
What?
I got thoughts on that.
Real quick, because I want to get to my point. I'm just kidding. We have all the time in the world. It's our fucking show.
Right.
We want.
Okay, so the whole thing, like...
Oh, shit. I got a refill. Hang on. Go ahead.
Okay, so... Goddamn. Okay, so for me, it kind of set the fact that I honestly thought the whole time I was watching the season that he had some secret reason to defend her, and I thought that was it.
Dude.
Oh,
no way. Yeah, I totally thought that at first. I'm like, okay, so what's his drive? Maybe it's not just a hey, we come from a rough family type thing. Maybe it's not
so I
that
protected
fucking
you,
bleak.
but you don't know why.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe there's a reason.
And
maybe
I
she was a bad kid at some other fucking, or maybe she did something. Maybe he doesn't want to fall into the same thing.
So
who knows? But like nothing.
But like nothing.
But right.
All right, dude. Refill quickly.
I will.
All right. So I had a few things. Excuse me. But I guess my biggest thing is what's does anybody remember Will's last name? Bauman?
I don't think
I'm gonna Google that real quick. First, small different gripe that I have. I don't. I'm fine with them splitting Steve and Nancy, but I don't like how they did it. I think it was very ham-fisted and it felt like it was rushed. Like I felt like that's something they could have built up a little bit and kind of had more to it.
I feel like his mom stole a lot of it.
And I don't know. There was more to it than what they gave. And the fact that she did it at a party while she's drunk, but then totally stuck by it. When do you ever stick by anything you say at a party when you're drunk? Ever.
I have never done that.
Exactly.
Yep.
No human being ever sticks to that.
I have bashfully apologized every single night. Every single morning.
Yeah.
Every morning,
If anything,
yep.
you apologize for the stupid.
So about the stupid shit I said.
We're gonna work out every fucking day for the rest of the fucking year. No, I never do that. I eat some chicken nuggets right now, you stupid asshole. That's me telling my past self that.
Oh my God, McDonald's sounds very good.
I know.
Oh my God.
Byers is the last name.
Uber.
The Byer family.
Fuck.
The Byers family is my issue. And I said this was season 1, and I'll say this was season 2, and I'll probably say it was season 3. I just don't like how that family is the main focus of this show.
Right.
Because they create so many better characters outside of that family that I care about, that I would see more of.
Yes.
And so when you look at it, okay, this is why I jokingly said this. I like season 1 more than season 2 because Will is not in it.
Yeah.
Nothing against the kid. Nothing against.
What about his brother?
It's nothing against the actor. Nothing against that. It's just they
like
they
his
make
brother.
him
I'm
out.
not a huge fan of his brother. We've already
It's
discussed
whatever.
this.
I don't feel
I like-
anything with him.
He's just there.
He's just there. I don't have any
But
emotions.
I feel
So to
some
me, he's
kinda
like the black
connection
kid.
with that kid.
Sorry, that's racist.
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
Like, he's funny sometimes.
I totally feel some kind of connection with that kid because
Hey, so we have an extra kid. What does he do? Oh, he gets mad at 11 in season 1. What does he do in season 2? He falls in love with Max.
That'll work.
yeah.
Well, he's also the token black kid. So.
Yeah, but they address that in season 2.
Oh yeah, they do that. that was funny.
Why am I Winston? Because I'm black?
Yeah, that made me laugh. I was like, that's funny. Because I was like, are they really gonna go there with that obvious joke? And they did. And I was like, I'm proud of you guys. But yeah, that the Byers family, I just don't care. I
Right?
don't.
right?
Like this whole thing that's going on with 11 being there and trying to close the gate and all this stuff that's going on.
You know,
We gotta get the evil out of Will, and I'm like, who the fuck cares?
I actually do have to agree with
The
that.
only reason is because he's
Because I
alive.
feel
Dude, when he was a spy, when Will Byers would kill all those soldiers because the monster was controlling him, that was the most interesting Will Byers ever fucking been in that fucking show.
Or when he just keeps writing, like when he keeps drawing or whatever, and he, and then Bob
I'm
comes
having
in.
my day memories. Oh, I'm Winona Ryder.
He likes it cold. He likes it
to
cold.
be fair,
He likes
okay,
it cold.
again, to be fair, I did like him as a plot point in season 1.
He's a plot device.
Yes,
That's
again,
it.
Jake, I agree with you.
I know you
Again,
do.
You're being angry.
I'm angry at the show, and I'm directing it at you because you're right there.
Thanks. That's not an apology, but I'll accept it.
But yeah, he's a plot device. He was in season 1, and he will be in season 2, and I guarantee some way they'll work him into season 3. Him being a plot.
Dude,
You know what? I would honestly be surprised if they don't somehow work in Dustin with the lizard.
Dart.
Ooh,
Dart, yeah, with Dart.
with
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of Dart?
Unnecessary. I mean, like,
Gave him the Three Musketeers though,
literally the
so they
only
could pass
thing.
through.
But then again, you look at it, and it's
I wish I could
Steve.
see you roll your eyes. right
Yeah.
now.
But then again,
Sorry,
it's
it
Steve.
was so unnecessary for him to be like, you know what? My pet, it's a fucking asshole. Let's kill him.
But hello,
He ate my cat.
But
He crossed the line.
hello, guys, hello. After the fact, all of those things run right through them, right past them. Him and Steve when they're trying to get out of the hole, like it was a totally unnecessary.
All right,
It
so
was literally made so they could have a way to have him like walk
to
by.
fucking filter through an
I'm
episode.
like, are you trying to tell me that? And then some people probably were like, "Oh, when Dart died," but I'm like, was that really your attempt to get me to care about
True
these
that,
monsters?
because you
these
did-
monsters that I'm designed to hate. This
I
whole
remember.
series.
I remember you saying, "Oh,
Okay.
Dart
Now,
died," but then it was like, okay.
here's my big
I
thing.
didn't say it. Ashley did.
Okay,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like Dustin and Lucas are easily forgettable. Now, Dustin,
Fuck you. Dustin is great. Dustin and
Dustin has his
Steve.
moments.
Dustin and Steve.
Dustin
Right.
has his moments about 4 episodes from season 2.
Also addressed that. I like how they addressed that he got new teeth because the actor himself had like this weird like disease where he couldn't grow his front teeth. That's
I
why
kind
he
of
didn't
like
have
how 11 pointed that out. She's like, "What?" And he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like
pearly
pointing
whites
into his mouth.
But yeah, he actually had some kind of disease where he couldn't grow his front teeth. So that's
like
kind of
it.
cool how they addressed that and put that into his character. But that being said, as much as it sounds like we're bashing it, I mean, play it back like 30 minutes ago because we were singing the praises of this show. I don't hate Stranger Things. I just nothing's perfect. No show or movie's perfect. Nothing, and I just there's some things I just don't like about it. And that's with anything. With anything that you consume, you're gonna find things that you don't like. I would say overall, I'm nitpicky. Like,
But what are your top 3 after season 1? Who are your top 3 characters? And after season 2, who are your top 3 characters?
Oh, damn, we're going right there. All right.
Fuck
so
it.
Season
I
1.
feel like it would be unchanged for me. But
Okay, so season 1, top 3 characters, 3, 2, 1. Tommy, do you want to start? Just because Jake has a lot of opinions, and we like to save those for the last
Well, I
because
do
he's
too,
the
man.
loudest.
But top 3.
Top
after
3.
season 1, I would say the first one.
Damn, he really went into this, man.
I
Well, no,
was ready to be done.
Number
with it.
3. Number 3 would be Mike, because I mean he was good.
Who's Mike?
He's the one that falls in love with 11.
Number
Got
2. Number 2 would be.
He's
11.
also in It. Finn Wolfgang. Wolfhard.
Number 2 would be 11.
It's a great
because
name.
She was great. And then number 1.
Here's your number.
Have you seen? By the way, have you seen it?
I mean, would obviously be Dustin because he was just like, I love this kid. Keep this kid. He's great.
I can understand that. I like Dustin too.
And then after season 2.
No. We're gonna do season 1.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Made you the boss. Oh, okay.
Fuck you.
I
Okay.
couldn't even stand by
So,
that after I said it.
3, 2, 1. Season 1. I'm gonna go with with number 3, brother of Will. I know you hate that family, but
what's his name?
I don't even know his name.
Yeah,
brother of Will.
he would be a
Brother
definitely
Byers.
close to top 3 for me.
Number 2, Nancy, and number 1, Hopper.
Really? After season 1?
I loved Hopper.
No, Hopper's going to be
Yeah,
number
okay,
1
okay.
both seasons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say season 2. He's in my top 3.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm with you.
Season 2. He's in my top 3.
He's my number 1.
I'm with you, Adam. He's my number 1 in both seasons.
I
Really?
loved it. Dude,
Absolutely, Hopper's the best thing about that show.
Dude, he's a lazy alcoholic in season 2. He's still the same way in season 1.
That's just because you guys
Season-
can relate.
You drink more than I do.
I'm not saying you guys are lazy, but I'm
You
just
drink-
saying
Yeah, but
you
sorry.
guys like that aspect.
You drink more than both of us do.
Well, I'm just saying you guys like that aspect.
Well, Adam easily.
Because if I were to say,
I do.
hey, if I were to connect,
Yeah, I do.
but literally, if I were to connect with any of them more, it would be fucking Will's brother.
Okay, so fine. Can we finish? Have you, and then
Hopper's
can we
number.
do the one that we connect with,
Oh God. Okay.
Cool.
and then can we end it?
Yeah.
I'm still going. Man.
I love it.
Oh yeah, let's do
great.
more. Who's
Who's
the second character you connect with?
I'm saying do it in a different episode, but whatever.
But season 2.
All right.
Okay. Jake.
Season 1. Hopper's gonna be 1. I'm with Adam. Hopper's gonna be the number 1 in both seasons.
We're doing 3.
Number 1. All
I
right.
know,
Don't
but
be-
you said that you just
don't be a
fucking
fucking-
said
Oh
it.
my god.
So I'm making the rules.
Let's go.
It is your show.
Well, it's our show, guys. I'm just the one
The
that.
morning
I'm just the
hangover,
one that,
Adam. We're
that
all
posts this.
included. It's all inclusive.
If you think I edit this thing, I don't.
I don't know. I'm totally listening to this later because this is great.
Yeah, so Hopper's number 1. Number 2 would be season 1. Number 2
Number this.
be 11.
Are you guys serious? You guys are not going to include Dustin in any of this?
Why do you honestly love Dustin?
Because he's such a cool kid. I,
I mean,
love
he's
him.
fun. I mean, I'm not-
Number 2 is 11. And
I was going to say she's got to be in your top 3.
number 3 would be.
That's hard for season 1 because season 1's such a good season.
I know that's the hard part. Number 3 would be would actually be Will's brother because you kind of root for him in
Yeah.
season 1.
I do root for that kid like
Because Steve's still kind
nonstop.
of a dick in season 1.
Can we honestly? Yeah. Can we get?
I don't want Dustin as
somebody
my
Google
number
his
1
name?
actually for season 1.
John or some shit like that.
Shit.
The other Byers
Fuck that
guy.
up. But anyway, season 2.
All right. So here we go. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna make Jake tell us 3, 2, 1. Hey, my rules. 3, 2, 1.
Fuck you.
Season 2 and 11 better not be in your top
Fuck you. No, because I bitched about it for so long.
3. I know. I heard it.
I liked 11.
You guys can skip ahead. I had to listen to the whole
It's a
fucking
plot
thing.
device. Bob,
What?
Steve, Hopper. That was me setting my mic down.
I'm really upset because my list is the exact same. Tommy.
Nice, Bob, Steve, Hopper.
Steve, Hopper. This is going backwards. 3, 2, 1. Steve.
BT Dowds, we've been
Hopper.
doing that this whole time.
Who's your number 1?
Dude, it's gotta be fucking Dustin. It's gotta be Dustin.
No, it ain't Dustin in season 2. It's
gotta be 11.
You fucking guys. You tell me that Dustin's not your number 1.
Maybe. No, I'd go Nancy,
Oh shit.
Steve, then Hopper. Yeah, Hopper was really good in season 2.
Actually, yeah. Sorry, can I switch?
Nancy, Steve, Hopper.
Can I do?
Only
Go
trying to say
ahead,
it's your
man.
rules.
Fucking say it.
Yeah.
Fucking spill the beans.
Can I do Bob, Nancy?
Bob, Nancy.
Nancy.
Hopper.
Again, I have a
Steve
massive.
Hopper. That's who you're gonna have.
But mine would be
I love Nancy.
Nancy's.
She's my soulmate, man.
I would.
No, she's not.
I would impregnate that
Dude, trust
girl.
me.
I'm just joking.
I'm gonna just say it now.
But
No.
I would totally
actually
make a
dating,
family with her.
Will's
She's
brother in
so
real life.
beautiful. Is she really?
Ashley said that like 3 times. The other night.
I mean, that's
did not hear that.
That's
She
actually kind
probably
of
did,
cute,
and I
but
didn't
he's not right for her.
Steve is. Steve is. She did Steve dirty.
I do want to change my season 1 because I do.
No, you can't.
No,
You can't,
Fuck
Tommy.
you,
You
Jake.
made your
You're just
choice.
saying that because you hate me. No. Number 3, I would throw him. I would throw Will's brother, whatever the fuck his name is, in my top 3. He would be my 3rd, and then it'd be fucking Dustin, and then it would be fucking 11 because 11 she was gripping, dude. It was just like
Was she?
Did he just say that she was gripping?
like
That's what I heard.
she pulled me into the story.
I got
like,
you. I got you. I'm on your
God
side.
damn you,
All right.
fucking
So,
creepy
which
bastard.
character? Last question.
It fucking better be.
Which character do you identify personally with? And then we're gonna ask everybody else which character they think you are.
Really? Okay.
I want to go to bed.
Me? I feel like
You were just the one who said you wanted to do
I
it.
know what I
I
said.
personally
Yeah, I know.
identify
But
myself
to be fair, we have to wait
with.
4 hours. So
I personally identify myself with Will's brother.
seriously, can we look at his name?
I can't remember his fucking name, dude.
Adam, your phone's open. Google it.
And what's his name? Fuck, dude. I'm trying to.
Gotta be like John or something.
I'm trying to. It is John.
No, what is it? I'm not confident in that.
It's John or
Don't look at me. I don't know.
it's Luke.
Might be. I think it might be Luke actually.
Luke.
Luke. What is it?
Hold on.
Google it.
I did.
Do Google Cast.
Wait, what's your brother's name?
It's Will's
Will
brother.
Byers.
Oh, I typed in Steve's brother.
Fucking weird.
What?
He doesn't have a brother, man.
Steve's enemy. In season 1.
What is it?
In season 1.
What is it? Is it Adam?
No, it's John.
It's John.
Oh, dude, nice. High five.
That was a pull out of the hat.
Yeah, good job.
Nice.
Good job, Tom. You earned that.
I said
You
I was the one who
fucking
said it.
I was the one that agreed.
What'd you say?
I said Luke.
because I said
But
John.
that- no, that-
Luke. All right,
Luke-
my bad.
Wait,
Here,
wait,
Give me
wait.
this.
Is it Luke the fucking? He's the fucking kid that's Max's girlfriend. Now.
Okay, so
Lucas is the black kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Lucas.
so you think that you identify with a Jonathan Byers?
yeah.
Okay,
What do you guys think I identify as?
you can agree or
Hit me with your best shot.
I'll agree.
I honestly think you're Dustin, dude.
Dustin?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Cool,
but
dude.
Adam, no shit. I was gonna say that, but I wasn't confident.
Fuck yeah, guys. I
you,
love
man.
Dustin, man. I love that kid. So
I mean,
hell yeah.
that's kind of your thing. Like, you're very confident in what you do, but I mean, you're kind of nerdy and like,
Kind of stupid.
kind of. I'm not stupid. I'm just gullible and shit.
you are very gullible.
Extremely gullible.
All right, so Jake.
Why are we doing? Why? Why are we doing this?
Because
Jake-
it's fun.
Okay, so I already know that you guys are gonna disagree with me, so I'm gonna go with you.
I'm obviously a hopper.
Oh, yeah, you do look like a hopper type, but you're not a hopper type.
All kidding aside, I do identify with him a lot. Yeah, I would say I identify with Hopper a lot.
Okay, Tommy, who do you think he actually is? Do you want me to start?
A Lucas. Because you got that
You're
fucking...
the black kid.
Why am I the
Dude,
black
are you,
kid?
do you totally think that?
No.
God damn you, Dad.
I guarantee you that I'm 100% correct.
What?
Dude, you're Bob.
Why am I Bob?
Ah, yeah, dude.
Fuck was
You
that?
put the pieces together, dude. Yes.
Bob.
Oh my god. Because you love the woman in your life
Okay, fine. I'll
You would
accept
die
that.
for her.
You would die for her.
I don't know if I would.
Shut the fuck
I'd fight
up.
Demogorgon.
You're dedicated to your job. Like, dude, you're chubby.
I still think you're wrong, and
What I was gonna say.
I don't accept
I
it.
totally see you as like,
Thanks.
but I'm
Oh
like,
no, you're wrong. No, actually, no.
Who do you identify with, Adam?
Are we back in?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that I identify with is Steve.
Yikes, no.
I think I'm kind of an asshole at some points.
Well,
Your hair's not good enough.
Okay, that is not.
it's
what you
not
have
about
to
looks.
bear.
It's about personality, motherfucker. You know what?
I
kind of see that.
but I do agree with you on Jonathan. Like, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I totally see either side of that because he's
Your
it's-
mic.
he's
Your
a-
mic, Adam. Your
No,
mic.
no, 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 no,
fucking
because
suck this mic.
Adam, if we were in that fucking tunnel, Adam would say, "I'm in front, dude. I'm saving your guys' ass. I'm the reason why you
Oh, damn.
guys
Yeah,
are down
he's
here."
right. Fuck
he is
you.
right,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah, you're the fucking superhero,
fucking
dude.
brother.
Yeah, right. I totally see that.
Okay, in an aspect that he gets his ass kicked. Because he would be Steve.
because he
Yeah,
would throw the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and then
and
get his
he
ass
would go
kicked.
after
I
that
will admit
motherfucker.
that. Yeah, I would definitely be the guy who would try to stick myself up and then immediately get my ass kicked.
We have the bromance, bro.
I am not going to disagree with that.
I'm not fucking Bob. I don't agree with you guys at all.
You're just mad
Oh my
because you
God.
die.
Okay, so
Oh.
Jake, which
We
character?
all found a new love.
Which character do you think? Okay, so Tommy, which one did you decide on?
Like you, for you.
Yes, because it's my
Ah,
turn.
man.
Yeah,
Because it's such a fucking
Again,
between.
it's a fucking toss-up. I get it.
Because I totally see.
to be fair, I do get to
but I
have
get
sex
what
with
you,
Nancy.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, so
Either way.
I'm really okay with
I don't
it.
think he's as charming as Steve, so.
But
I think
that.
Steve's that charming, dude.
But he's
You're like, I thought you
he's
were gonna
as.
back- like, fuck
but
you.
but listen to me on it. But this. But listen,
Have I tried to have sex with you before?
Jake.
Trust me.
Jake. But
I'll
Jake.
take your word for it.
Hello.
You would totally fuck.
I would fuck you in a heartbeat. What? What do you want, Tom?
But you could totally see him having just as much confidence as Steve has, as Steve did throughout every episode, every season. Like he has that confidence, he has that swagger of Steve.
And you know how much I care about, people. So
Because Adam is a go getter like Steve is.
I don't accept
he
it
is.
because you guys made me Bob. So I don't accept
That's the only reason why you can't fucking.
okay. So who do you see me as? John?
whatever. I don't even care anymore.
Jake doesn't even fucking.
Jake wants me to be. He wants to be.
You're a fucking demigorgon.
He wants to be that soldier who dies in the 3rd episode of season 1.
You're the fucking doctor. You're Paul Reiser. It's either John or Steve.
I'm actually okay if we can do Steve.
That's what is so hard
Yeah,
about
I'm
Jake,
cool
though.
with Steve. I'll grow Steve's hair.
But that's the thing that's so hard about Jake is because you're a man of so many characteristics. Like
Characteristics.
The problem is I don't
characteristics.
understand why you don't like Bob.
I'm drunk,
'cause Bob
so-
is a
I don't
great guy,
hate
and
Bob,
the whole
but
reason
you guys just think I'm a plot device.
No.
And I don't appreciate it.
we don't think you're a plot device.
I said Lucas, man. So you had a good role, all right? You got
You
a
made
girlfriend.
the
You got the
black
fucking. You got. You
wanna
got the
be a
black guy
kid?
role,
I can
and
make
he
you a kid.
lives. And he lives.
I just don't under.
You want to be Dustin?
Oh, I'm fine.
You can be 11.
I do have a lot of missing teeth, though. But
Hey, we all do.
don't do that. That's weird.
You know about my dentures, right?
What if Grace listens to this?
Cut it. Fuck.
Yeah, seriously though.
We're gonna have to find out at some point now.
Yeah, when I'm 60.
When it's acceptable.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh, my teeth are gone.
That's a Jonathan that fact.
All right, I think we talked enough about Stranger Things and
We have to go to bed because
silly movies that we love.
I'm still gonna be up.
Thank you so much for listening to the Morning Hangover. I don't know. Subscribe to our like us. You can all Jesus Christ.
Papio, if you're hearing
You can get this show on
keep it up.
iTunes. We're on Google Play Music. We're also on our YouTube channel,
We appreciate
402 Films.
Hey, what was the name of the guy that I am?
Steve.
Thank you.
Whatever. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends and your family. Let us know. And we'll be back for another episode of The Morning Hangover. What are we going to talk about? We don't know. That's the beauty of this show. Thank you so much.